Let's go to rebirth, which will be in as a piece, just kind of envision this. I think this. I think this is a build of. Do is turn upwards, but instead of having them down there, we could have, because they're my pillars, we could have them sort of more there, and we can just sort of flat it first, and then maybe add some gradual detail going upwards in a minute. Why is that not working? Oh shit, have I just been talking to... Oh no, it's switched already. That wasn't meant to happen. Right, hello, welcome back to, I guess, another Minecraft Monday. Haha! Maybe a bit of multiplayer Monday. I might be playing 3 streams today, you never know. Now, where we left off, for people who don't know, I'm starting a new Minecraft series, because I had to reset accounts and it was very sad and very disheartening. But, however, with this new Eve of stuff, I thought I'd play a bit different. Instead of, like, encasing with the kind of like the whole survival aspect, I thought I'd go a bit more kind of buildy artsy, introduce a side of myself that I've never really put into the game before. I guess I have in some areas, but not like fully. And what we've basically been doing, as I said, for anyone who's been there last time, the last Monday, you knew that we were doing a bit of building. And as you can see, it has vamped up quite a bit. Now, this is just one side, and because we have the luxury of command blocks and structure blocks and jigsaw blocks on both, which are on Bedrock, I'm playing on Bedrock, by the way, I can basically just copy this whole thing over once I've built it. So the whole idea is that this is basically going to be a starter base, and I'm only building out of blocks that I have at my disposal in the actual survival world at the current minute, which is why it's got this such unique block palette. And actually see, I've been doing a bit of gradiencing with the roof and this, and actually using the basalt in a way that it kind of reminisces of roof tiles, the same with the deep slate, but has to be placed at a certain angle. And someone's just arrived at our house to pick up a dog, so I'm going to have to go for a minute, but I've actually extended this out another section. I'll get onto this in a minute, because this is going to become the more prominent part, what we're going to get onto. I'm going to try balance between survival and building stage. Just give me a sec. Anyways, yes, so as I was saying, we're going to be doing a bit of building. Try to balance a bit of building with some survival, because we're also going to hop in the actual world where we'll be building this barn in a couple of days. And yeah, as I was saying, I've built this specifically in this style because it's the only available blocks I actually currently have in the survival world. Because, as you can probably guess, I am in a cherry blossom biome. And, well, for the people who were here last week and who I guess got clued in on the stream, you'll know exactly what we're planning. And, yeah, I guess I can give a little bit away now without revealing too much. But basically, I have kind of like a valley, and what I plan to do is just cap that valley and then put this build on top, and then underneath it have like a bunch of sort of starter farms, build a bit of a story. And then actually inside this thing, though it looks kind of like oldie worldy, Candylandy mixed with some dark power on the outside, on the inside we're actually gonna have all like futuristic tech, which I'm gonna do with a bit of smooth quartz as well as some glass. And then we're actually gonna have like sheep and cow and pig farms, auto ones on the inside. And it's basically, well, going to be a functioning barn, as well as our main sort of starter base and living space. Because what I plan to do up here is, if any of you have ever seen like a Viking church, they kind of have like the main structure down the bottom with a very big expanded roof, which is kind of what we're going to do in a minute. But then they also have like a second segment and then like a final sort of church bell segment up the top. And so that's what we're going to be doing. It's kind of like a long house, but it's going to be a very long, thin house, because as you can see, these pillars aren't too far apart, because this is the original kind of layout for it was before, but I think I'm still going to join it at this point. So if we actually look at this, we take this portion here and then try and apply it to there, it's probably going to join up right about there, which means this bit is going to be a very, very long and very thin, which is why I'm thinking about actually maybe just bringing this in a bit, because this is a bit too well done. And so I think what we're going to do is maybe bring this into about, I'd say, midsection waist. So if we kind of, I think we go like a couple blocks off that is mid pillars here. So I'm thinking, you can see I've started to utilize some of the shelving bits as well. I love all the new blocks and stuff, they're awesome. But yeah, again, this is all stuff we can actually get. You can make tough bricks, also like the tough and you cobble. It would just take a bit of resource and grinding streams, so we're going to do them at some point as well. But yeah, if we go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because that's like one block off the stair, which should be absolutely perfect in terms of so one block off the stair. So the stair block's there, and then there's one block off the stair. If we go there, if we just imagine that, but up top, is that better? I think in a mind's eye, that is probably much better. Yeah, that takes so much off the... So if we go to the middle here like this, what we can do is actually just trace these blocks upwards. And then what we can do is, instead of placing trace blocks all the way up, we can actually just put a block there. And then, because that is now there, we can, of course, go ahead and destroy this and also destroy all of this. Now, of course, actually placing this basalt in is an absolute fucking pain in the arse, because the problem with it is that you have to specifically place it upright like this. Otherwise, if you obviously place it, because it's an orientation-based block, if you place it like that, the effect doesn't really carry on. Also, creating an effect with these and like creating a gradient is quite hard, as you can see. But a lot of the gradients I'm doing, it's more like a texturized gradient is what I would guess you'd call it, because it's not like an exact mix between the greys. It's more just kind of slapped together, but in like ways it works. So like it's more from like a distance look. You can see like the tiles kind of mixed together, and then the same with this. It's not an exact kind of transition, but it's enough from a distance. And on top, again, it just adds texture in certain areas as well. Like obviously the tuff and the stone, that's where the main sort of like convergence is. But it's almost like the tuff is some sort of like mold growing up the build, possibly from where this thing is quite old. And then maybe like some of these support beams, maybe the outside varnish is like rotted away and it's revealing the actual true beams underneath, which is why I really like this wall between this log here. And though obviously it's quite a contrasting bit of stuff, this is very grady and kind of things. It almost like kind of looks, we don't have copper walls obviously or fences, but it's almost like a copper beam. or a bronze beam is going through, and where it's maybe being hit by rain and wind constantly, it's kind of like brittled away, but it's actually what's underneath the varnish of this. I did not mean to break that. And it's kind of, yeah, it's the thing I like about Minecraft, and I guess a lot of sandbox games, is the blocks that you have, they don't have to be the blocks that you have. You can tell a story with just, for example, this pillar, right? These, while yes, they are by definition, I guess, cherry blossom logs, in this sort of world, in this fantasy sort of setting, and also fantasy, I guess, mechanical sort of industrial sort of setting, or like, I don't know how I would describe it, but they have become like the varnish to a pillar. They are no longer logs in this setting. They have become something else for the sake of the story. And that's what I love, again, about sandbox games. You can literally do anything with them. And sometimes it is the smaller things that help. And obviously, it's worth trying not to overdo it. I did have a much more complex version of this pillar. It just looked a bit odd. Also, I still cannot get this out of my head. I don't know if people can see this or not, but there's kind of like two eyes here, like a villager nose, and then you've got like some pins for like a cape, and then you've got like squiddy tentacles, but you've got like an axolotl hat on the top, and it's really I can't, like, every time I walk up to it, it just freaks me out again, because I forget every time I log off, and every time I log back on, it's just there. But yeah, it's pretty sick. Yeah, I think so many people will like accidentally build faces instead of us, but I don't think you're doing it by accident. I think it's a thing with your brain, right? And you can do this at night as well. Sometimes it does freak you out. It freaks me out. But your brain, it's probably, how do I explain this? It's not trained to see faces, your brain, but your brain tries to make faces out of things, which is why at like a nighttime setting, you'll try to make faces out like reflections or silhouettes or stuff. And the same is it's the same for Minecraft, which is why you see faces. And I've just seen another one, for God's sake. You've got like the two eyes there, and then just the massive mouth on the window, because these are like oh my god. Oh no. Okay. Well, my brain is already swelling. I don't know how high I want to make this. The only problem with this is that obviously the barn in the actual world that we're going to build is going to be on a mountain, and I don't really know how much room I've got when it comes to actually building up. So the height limit is 320. Or is it 321? I think it's about 320, right? So we might actually have to lower parts of the mountain and then cap it and then build this on top, because this thing is already like still. I might just turn coordinates on right now so we can just have a look to see how tall this thing actually is, because I don't want to go too far over the top and then have it just be like a big enough thing of, oh, we have to now destroy the top half of a mountain, which is well, it's just even more work. God's sake. If we go in, so it's in game, right? Yeah, it's in advanced when you actually load it. Oh, I forgot this was the thing. It's just on, isn't it? I guess it's only like a multiplayer thing. It's right there, isn't it? We don't need days played because we're on like a flat creative world. But yeah, so if we're at, oh yeah, it's on because we're on flat creative, so it would be, okay, cool. This grid doesn't really matter anymore because again I've just extended it, but I guess I just need like a marking grid for like how big this thing is actually going to be in the actual world. So we're at minus 60 now. If we go up to the highest point currently for the roof, so that's minus 17. So 60 minus 17. So that's minus 7. That's 53. That's 10. 43. So it's currently 43 blocks tall, which it seems way taller, right? That seems taller than 43 blocks. In my mind, that seems, it might just be because of like the megalophobia, like not the megalophobia, but like the scale of the thing itself might just be tripping me up a bit. Clearly tripping balls. But yeah, I think I want, so for these bits, I might have to make this a bit wider to be honest, but I think for these bits going in, what I want to try and do is almost make sort of reminiscence of this, but have it like a bit more housey. I don't know how to, like, have pillars that go up, but they're like sort of windows that also kind of come out, and then have the roof go further up on that. And we're going to keep grading into the roof with these. Because what I realised very soon in is that we actually have access to Nether now. And again, if you were here last time for the survival bit, we got into Nether, started doing a bit of mining. We actually found some netherite, which is awesome. But what I'm going to do for the roof is actually, as we go up, is get darker and darker and darker. And this could play into like some lore and some story at some point. But yeah, we're going to go from this to this. And so when we start the roof on this next layer up, we're going to start with some basalt and then work our way into the polished blackstone. And it's almost like we're using the gradient through the dimensions as well, which is really weird if you think about it. We're starting off with deep slate, going to basalt, which is both in the overworld and the nether. And then we're just going full nether stuff. It's really weird, isn't it? I didn't really think about that when collecting it. But again, yeah, it's just blocks I have access to. And then, again, all the quartz and stuff are going to save to the inside, which is why this thing is so big. Because a lot of the detail on the outside is mainly just for show. All of the inside is going to be like a completely different style of room, which is why I need such a big space, so I can put some filler blocks in here to make these look like sort of like a depth effect. And then that way we can just build like a massive, massive thing inside. Probably with some redstone and like a redstone door, like a lift and everything. It's going to be amazing. Kind of like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. I guess, but like grey on the outside and like really fantastical on the inside, if that makes sense. Except it's just going to be all like sheep and cows and pigs. Imagine the barnyard factory. Is that? No, that's probably not. How do I don't know how to put this, but yeah. I've actually got some, I did some drawings as well. I might post them on Insta at some point. I've got some drawings up on the side that I did, which I'm actually building off of. And that's what I'm going to be trying doing for the whole kind of this series entirely. Is I basically go out and collect sources with like images, like with just my phone, and I do have a DSLR camera, but yeah. But we're also doing like quite a gothic theme for our uni work right now, which is a massive help for this. So yeah, I've just taken a couple photos, done a bit of drawing, and then found some other inspiration elsewhere from the travels to Scotland and stuff. So yeah, it's going pretty well so far. So we actually just count this. I need to know if this is an odd or even number. Because if it's an even number, then we have trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 41, 42. It's 42. The meaning of life! Ah! Oh, that's scary. Okay. The meaning of life is, wow, that's that, I guess. I don't really have like a follow-up. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, cool. I think, is that desirable height? I'm just trying to think. I'm looking over my concept images on the side here. I think maybe like 2-3 blocks taller, because then we're going to obviously have the roof on a bit of an overhang instead of just a straight slant like we have down there. And basically all we're going to do first, just build a bit of a box and then kind of go up from there. So if we go like that, yeah, that kind of looks cool. And we're going to try to use the sort of like the same palette we have down here with these pillars are going to stay the same, but the actual roofing itself and like the structure is going to be this black bit. So all this pink is basically just accents in reality. So I think if we go like, what we could do is actually get some of the like full bark blocks and maybe go with something like this, where if we do like that and then we go like this and then we build up from the outside like this, and we just replace all the outside blocks. I'm going to turn this day in a second as well. The reason I have the daylight cycle on but no mobs spawning, griefing or anything is so I can actually look at this thing at night. Because obviously, well, in the survival world, it's going to turn night and I want this thing to look good at night. What you should always do with building, whether it be in survival or creative, even if, especially if you're building like concepts and testing, is have the daylight options on, not off. Because if you build something that to you looks like amazing in day, and then you go ahead, build it in survival, and then you look at it at night and you're like, yeah, I'm not really sure about that. Then problems apparently. Yeah, so yeah. It's always good to have the daylight cycle on when you're doing build testing because it's a good retrospective of how it's actually going to look in the soil world, I guess. Yeah. If we just go into here, I'm going to grab some slabs. I'm not going to completely fill this up. I just want to kind of test to see how this would look with some sort of diminishing scaling. So if we maybe put like 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. Is that all right? I think that's a bit too much on the slabs. If we maybe go 3 on the slabs and then 2 on the trapdoors. 3 on the trapdoors? Feels still like too much on these. Oh, it's because I didn't actually take it back by 1. If we do that instead, or maybe it's 4 on these and like 3 on the slabs. Does that look better? Maybe just 3 of each then. And this is the other thing you should always do with building, is you should always take a step back and look at your stuff, because then you might notice something that you've built it fully, and then you realize, okay, well, I have to change a lot of this to refit it, and it will usually be to do with sizing or positioning, because it has happened before in survival with me. It's not very fun to fix. Yeah, also this looks good at night, and you can see I've actually put lighting in so that it works at night as well, and that's the other reason you have it on not always day, is so you can test your light sources, especially if you're building something that is quite reparable for mobs to spawn on. But yeah, I think maybe, yeah, if we do that, and then we maybe go like, what if we, I've brainstormed. What if we like sunk these pillars in or pushed them back? Like we could either have them. I'll do a test actually. Yeah. So if we do that, and then it's just an Xbox cross, what we can do is go like this. I want to see what looks better. Do we sink the pillars in, or do we push them out, or do we push them out and then sink them in? Let's see. So what looks better? I think yeah, we could do both actually. Yeah. Ooh. We do both. Maybe we push them out and then sink them back in. It actually looks kind of cool. I think, yeah, the push out works better because it's kind of like it's sort of beveling outwards a bit. So maybe if, yeah, what we'll do is we'll do the push out here and then we'll sort of bevel it back inwards. Let me get around to there. So if we take this all the way up to the top, we're going to kind of like curvature roof these. So, or more like angular roof, pointy roof things. So these, it doesn't really matter about this now. I guess you would call this, we're doing 3D right now. I guess you call this stage the blocking out process, which is basically where you just do all the basic stuff and then you chuck in all the detail afterwards. But with blocking out in 3D software, obviously you make like a completely whole new thing when you go ahead to actually do the detailing. In this, we have the luxury of the fact that everything is already here in detail, so you can just add more stuff afterwards. But you should make sure you're not adding too much as well. It's a bit like painting, like know when to stop. But also, if you do add too much, obviously in this you have a bit of an undo button. In reality, when you're painting, you don't. So, yeah. But I guess it's also based on self-reference. It's like what you want your build to look like, or you want your piece of art to look like. And that's essentially what we're doing with the entirety of this series, and also just right now as well, is everything as the part of me that I don't really include in videos too much is my arty side. I'm in fact doing an art course. And it kind of seems stupid that I've never involved my arty side before. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a go. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if we sink this in one, what I might even do is put a stair in that bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we go here on the 7th block. Go up. Did I put this on the 7th or the 6th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put it on the 5th. 6th, sorry. So this needs to go on the 7th block, so it's a 6 block gap. And then we go like that, and then we go like this. There we go. And then what we can actually even do is maybe put a slab in there instead. Yes, that looks better, because then you're not covering up the whole entirety of it. But the pinks, like the wafer biscuits, If you know what I'm talking about, that's kind of what this feels like. It just generically reminds me of the pink wafers. This sort of texture in this here. Like you've got the cream and the biscuit, and then you've got like this, I don't know, like chocolatey, maybe like red velvet powder. It's very Candylandy, this build. But yeah, you've got like this sort of it's darker tone in the back with these lighter ones, and it's still a bit revealing. And otherwise the stair would just completely cover it up, which is not entirely what I want. And maybe these ones in the middle can be a bit shorter, or maybe even taller than the ones out there. We'll have to see, because obviously we're going to connect all this up. So I think, that's going to be a bit of a challenge actually as well, because what do we then do? Do we connect this to this, or do we connect that? Ooh, we do like a diagonal roof. Ooh. Sorry, I'm saying ooh quite a lot, aren't I? My brain is like running free and wild. That's what I love about doing concepts, and well, this, and also just raw in general. That's why I love concept art, and also creating creatures and beasts and dragons. Dragons hiccup. But yeah, I think, is that a good incentive? Yeah, we could have like a big sort of, I would say we could just do like a big circular window there. I don't know how that's gonna look, because these are obviously going to be kind of like roofish things. Do we have like a bigger roof here, or do I have like a bigger window here? I'll have to experiment with this. We'll see. We'll have to see. I think, yeah. So I think basically, we need to get this sort of detail in first. So right, what we'll actually do then is we'll just continue to a sort of centering point. We won't really worry about this because I'm going to remove these and just expand the width at some point. But yeah, if we take this, all we then need to, I started using this as a marker, but then it just kind of connected to the rest of the building. It kind of works really well. So I think what we'd do is we take this up to like a center-ish point. So this goes up by 1. We need to make this keep going up, but we need to then fade into the other roofing blocks. So we'll keep those pillars there for now, but what we'll do is just pop down here. And this is the best thing about being creative as well. You can actually place your block palette down before you go ahead and build with stuff, which means that if you need to come back to it and you don't know exactly what the gradient is, you can literally, well, just pop back down here. So, where's the basalt? Where's basalt in stone? That's odd. Oh, this is polished basalt, isn't it? I haven't been using the polished one. It's too light, it doesn't mix well enough. Where's the actual basalt then? This is polished, right? So, oh, actual basalt. Why would you not have it next to the... Well, I guess so you have all the polished... Fair enough. Fair enough, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine with me. Yeah, okay, so you've got your polished basalt, and then you go... I need to arrange these, actually. So if you're polished, and then this, and then I think you have your brick afterwards. And I have done this slightly based on colour as well, or the saturation of the blocks, I guess. This is way darker, but it also has a bit more saturation in it. This has less saturation and is slightly lighter. And this has even less saturation and is slightly lighter. So you've got to pay attention to like the little pixels mixed within this. Because if you actually look, how are we going to do this? So you see, let me just pair these up real quick. You see where these two sort of pixels connect, like here? See how this grey is ever so slightly lighter than that grey? Yeah, that's basically how it works. And then, don't worry about the darker bits, just worry about the lighter bits. And then so you've got, this time it's not, it goes into blue greys now. So this time, what you've got pairing these two together is, so you've got these like purpley blues and stuff, right? Which make up the blackstone. You've got that kind of thing running through the basalt here with this sort of like purpley blue grey colour vein going through this, which then transpires into the rest of this, because this bit is actually slightly darker than that. And then you've got that, which then transpires into this. Now, these are actually the same hues, but obviously you've got this, which is actually slightly darker than this one here. And then moving on to that, you've got the same hues again, but then this darker part is ever so slightly darker. And you can actually see how some of the most dark parts evolve into even darker parts here. Now, this, I know it looks like this isn't actually full black. This is just very, 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 very dark, sort of bluish purple hues. They're not. This isn't actual full black if you look at it properly. Yeah. Even black concrete isn't actually fully black. It's just very, 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 very dark purple, black, blue, and probably a bit of brown in there as well. And some greys as well. Yeah. That's all the black concrete is. But yeah, if we go from here, what we can actually do is use that as a marker block once again, just to kind of source how the roof is going to go. We actually put that in afterwards. Yeah. So now we just need to kind of gradient this up a bit more. And this roof kind of needs to... It gets a bit soft here, but we need to steepen this quite a lot while still going inwards. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to go up in a bit of a mathematical sort of sequence. We're going to go up by 2, and then go up by 3, and then go up by 2, and then go up by 2 again, and then go up by 3. You can already see we're quite far in, but it's also nice and steep. And so then we're just going to repeat that again. So we're going to go 2s and 3s. 2, and then maybe even throw 1 in there. And then maybe another 1, and then maybe another 2. And then maybe... This is completely random, by the way. I'm not, like, following a pattern. I just kind of like to experiment with how... And again, you always take a step back. So it sort of like curves in and out. It's kind of okay. I might just change some of the... So we could change this to maybe like a 2 instead, because it curves a bit to in and out. And then we can have that as a 1. And then that goes into a 3. And now it kind of goes a bit more up like that, rather than going in like that. So we have more like a straight line, but also with a bit of curvature. Because this now goes out from there and then sort of curves in, which is the thing I want. I don't want it to go in and out and in and out, because otherwise it looks a bit weird when you actually put the full roof in. But I think in terms of like center point for that, if you think about that in terms of thickness, if you just take like your finger and put it up to the screen and then maybe like, imagine this whole thing doubled over the other side, I'd say that's a decent thickness for this sort of room up the top here, because it's where my living chambers and sort of base storage is going to be. And then, like I said, all down here is just going to be sort of like farms and stuff. And we're actually even going to have a lift that goes into the ground where we're going to have more stuff underneath, probably leading down to a mine as well. Again, this is all like theory and concept at this stage, and these are just random thoughts I'm splurting out. But the best part about this is because I am recording it and because we are streaming it, what I can do is actually come back to it at a later date. And then obviously use those thoughts and ideas in the actual build if I want to. And yeah, this world is probably going to become like the official test or concept build world. I might even start doing like redstone stuff here. I partially remember how to build a flush door. I saw an amazing one the other day which uses trapdoors, which I've never actually thought of that before. I'm also going to probably including some buildstone in this as well, putting some like actual fans in, some moving parts. Some moving parts include some very old mechanics. One mechanic that I absolutely adore and still use to this day in a lot of machines, which is absolutely amazing. It was used quite a lot by Stampy, but yeah. It works on both versions as well, which is awesome. Right. Yeah, so if we think about this properly, again, I can just copy this whole roofing bit over to the other side. It doesn't really matter. Obviously, we won't copy it in survival because, well, we can't. If there was a way to, I'd love it, but unfortunately, we can't. We can't use structural blocks in survival because you don't have the power to. Because you don't have the power. By the power of Grayskull, I have the power. Sorry. I think they made a reboot of the movie, right? It's kind of like a weird meta sort of thing where he's like sent to Earth and like reality's all fucked. But yeah, I might go see that, to be honest. I don't know. Is it even out in cinemas in the UK yet? I don't know. I might just wait until it's out on TV. Oh. Yeah, we'll just keep building this up like this. And I think when we get to about half... Oh, fuck, it's already been 40 minutes. Right, what we'll do then is I think... Well, we could... Ooh, just think about it now. We could come on later and do some survival stuff and then just fix on building for now, because I want to kind of get this second segment done, because we're going to go for about, say, hour and a half actually. So what's half an hour and a half? So that's half an hour and a half is, oh, that's sick. We're going to fill this all in, by the way. Half an hour and a half is 30 plus 15 is 45. So yeah, we not enough time. Not enough time at all. Is that like enough for the basalt, do you think? No. We go out like another layer. But what we'll start doing is start filling in some of this with this stuff. Start kind of gradienting this in. And so one thing I should say with a gradient, it's not just stacking blocks. You do actually have to kind of cover them up a bit. So you see how in here we've got some which are kind of disarrayed, but a better example would be down here. See how they're not just stacked on top of each other? Yeah, it doesn't work like that. You have to actually like mix them in, separate them, and cover them entirely and surround them, because otherwise the effect, well, from both close up and afar, doesn't entirely work. So yeah. Also, I kind of went out on a bit of a whim here with the whole kind of the block palette. Again, I know I said I'm using blocks I can only use that I have in the current world, but like in terms of the gradient, I came up with this on the spot. Usually I do a bit of research into it, but yeah, apparently it was just hit my brain in a specific way, and it worked. It works off the bat, which is awesome. I think there's sort of like a checkerboard effect up here, which is pretty cool. And I think this will be the last layer of basalt just here. What we'll do is just chuck in some bits here and there, and then we'll just kind of work it outwards as we go up. And we even chuck like a block on there. And start doing this. Kind of just randomly switch them between the two every now and then, and you kind of get this sort of gradiented effect. It's kind of giving us play. And now what we can do is actually fully glow blackstone. Because these don't need to be orientated, I can literally just place them in like this. And again, all we're going to do is literally just go like this. This is going to be a very short block. How do I explain it? This one, in terms of the gradient, isn't going to be used much. It's more of just like a transition into the actual blackstone itself, more than anything. So yeah, because you can see it clashes quite, because it's got an outline. It clashes a bit with the. Again, it's almost like a mold's growing up it, so it's kind of cool. I've got like one of them in there. There we go, and it's almost like it sort of just transitions through, as you can see. And then we do a couple layers of just blackstone. Sorry, polished blackstone, because we have actually got proper blackstone on us. I need to figure out how to play music as well on the streams, just to make it a bit more, ooh, especially with Minecraft. I'll figure that out eventually. I think there is a way I can do it, to be fair. I can just do it through my laptop, but I'd just be very careful about copyright and stuff, because I've had a problems with that before. Problem is, I have ads on YouTube, which is how you'd have to play the music through. But then obviously, ads by companies and stuff, they get copyrighted, and you just have to. And it's like building at the same time and just keeping an eye on the fucking music. Yeah, it's a bit. And again, all we're doing is not placing every block, but just a couple. And again, we're going to get sort of like reach down here a bit into where the basalt sort of disappears and start placing some down here too. And you can start to see how that kind of fades up into like a darker current, if that makes sense. I'm actually just gonna sort of plan out where these blocks are gonna go to. There we go. Maybe just go full blackstone at the top. Yes, things are gonna look fucking awesome once we get it in. Okay. I actually might end this sort of trail here. Like, because this is where this is, we just actually... collect that. Does that work? Yeah, no. It depends if I want to keep this going all the way up. I have to see. If I don't, I'll probably just cut it off where it was before. Oh. Just to make sure you can see that block there. That's the rule I have with this. There we go. Is it going to feel like too much of a frame though if I do it all the way up is the problem. Like, I think on this end it looks okay, but then if I do it on the other end it's going to be a bit like a box. So I might have to kind of see about it. But we'll get there when we get there. Again, there's so much more buildings to be done on this. And like I said, we're not going to do this entire time because I want to hop in survival. To do something, I genuinely... Right, I'll break the ice here. We're going to do some enchanting today. And I can wholeheartedly tell you this is the absolute truth. I actually can't remember the last time I used an enchanting table. Yes, you're wondering why. Basically, I think since 2019, 2020 times, from a certain point, I just stopped using enchanting tables together and just basically went on through villages. I did not, like, I could not give a fuck about... The problem with enchanting tables, you wouldn't always get the enchants you wanted. And you'd... There was a point, I think there was a world that I had at the time, this was before like recording or anything, but I did enchanting on it, and I started to wonder if it went through like cycles or something, because I swear, this is, I must have been like the most unlucky fucking fucker ever, but basically I was trying to enchant a pickaxe to get like good enchants, right, for mining and stuff. I disenchanted it with like a grindstone and re-enchanted it about 20 times. Every single fucking time. Every time, right? This isn't an exaggeration like that. Every single fucking time. I would check beforehand. Right, is Fortune there? Is Silk Touch there? I would check. I would disappear to go get my lapis. I would come back and they would have changed to something else. At which point I just decided, well, fuck crafting, not fuck crafting, so fuck the enchanting table, I'm just going to do this with villagers. Turns out villagers are quite easy, it's transporting them that's a pain in the arse. They can get a bit finicky, but I got quite used to them, as you probably saw. When it was here for like the last Minecraft series I built basically a trading hall that had every trade of every villager profession at their highest rank with the lowest prices, yeah. So a good way to explain this, like the librarians, basically all of the enchanted books at their highest level for the lowest prices, pretty much. Yeah, I spent my hours literally just grinding the way through to get the perfect villagers, and I plan to do it again probably on here at some point, but in a bit of different fashion. The problem with how I did it last time is it created like stupendous amounts of lag on the actual world, which was, I should probably imagine, not the best thing ever. So yeah, this time around we're gonna whack it out a bit different and just see how it goes. But yeah, But aside from that, in the time that we've been speaking, as you can see, this roof is looking rather cool. Yeah. Probably the tallest roof I've ever built in the game. It's looking pretty sick as well. But yeah, I think it'll look probably better if we have a bit of an overhang. So if we maybe bring this out by what, like, if I grab my other blocks real quick as well. Deep slates. Okay. Yeah, if we bring this out by, should we say like, maybe like that far? We're gonna maybe start at like what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then gradually get further out as we go up. So it kind of goes into a point, on a point, if that makes sense. So we just build this out. I'll texture afterwards and gradient it and everything. But if we do this, maybe, to see if this works. Kind of see what I'm going for, and it's essentially it's just going to gradually get further and further out until you have this massive overhang. But we do it at a very kind of precise call. We only go one block out at a time, so it doesn't get too drastic too quickly. And again, I'll do some better gradienting once I've got the kind of block out done, as I said before. So I've also got to think about the height of this when I do it as well. Does that look cute? It's alright, yeah. And maybe we actually take it out by the next block here. You can kind of see how this is going to edge out very, very slowly. Maybe like that helps a bit actually, yeah. Yes. You can see the vision, right? So this is sort of going to curve. Obviously the roof's going to go up, but it's going to make it look like kind of less blocky. And then what's going to happen is this is eventually going to go, predicting the point because of where that is, it's probably going to go to about there. But the overhang is going to be kind of a slant in a really weird way, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm trying to make it make sense, but yeah, hopefully that's all right. I'll probably get some music on in a minute as well. Yeah, I'll find a playlist, put some music on, probably rock or something, but yeah, we'll have to see. I think we go up like another 2 blocks here, and then we go out by another one. Again, I don't want this thing to go out too far because a lot of more resource. I probably also need to make a basalt farm, which means getting ice. I mean, I'm in a basalt delta, so I don't have shulkers yet though. So I might have to make a basalt farm. It's literally just lava and blue ice, right? I'm pretty sure I've got an ice biome near me. Just have to do a bit of travelling, that's all. But yeah, it should be fine. Again, we can sort of gradient this afterwards. just need to check every now and then that this is actually looking alright. Maybe if we even... That looks a bit better, yeah. This thing is huge. To be fair, I do go quite big with Minecraft builds, so yeah. Let's take a while. This is all getting done in episode 1, by the way, as well. So yeah, if you're wondering, if you want to watch the YouTube video when it comes out, then YouTube is linked over here. So yeah, if you just stick around, kind of, because if you want to see this thing built on survival, I probably will be doing a tiny bit on stream, but most of it will be a time lapse in like a YouTube video. So yeah, be fun. Yes. Okay, this is actually looking sick. This is actually looking really, really cool. Okay. Who knew I had this build talent in me? I mean, I kind of did, but again, I've never really expressed this. Well, again, never really expressed the arty side of myself in Minecraft here before, so wasn't really expecting to get this far. I should do this more. Should be just building creative sometimes. Just straight out of my mind as well, probably. I'm quite good at, to be fair, I'm quite good at like building vehicles and shit. Like I used to build off, before I started building off my own drawings, I used to build off like images I found. And I created some pretty detailed stuff. I created like a windmill and like a truck once, like an Optimus Prime truck. Optimus Prime truck. It was pretty sick. But yeah, that looks really cool actually. I think maybe we can like go out like just by another single block at the top here. Just like that, just to finish that off, maybe. Is that, yeah, that kind of like, it finishes the curve off in a nice sort of gradiented tone as well. And you can even see, yeah, so without the block mix, I might actually keep it like that, to be fair. Without like the block mixing, you can just see how that sort of starts to gradient into a darker thing. I think the problem here is, yeah, where it's actually, this actually looks better than, I know what I said before, right? But I think in terms of roof from long distance as well, I think it's just because of the outline of this block. I think specifically in this case, like just having it, but then again, obviously this isn't like chunks of blocks. It is still in that sort of gradiented way. It's just kind of lines instead of all mixed together. Huh. I guess I'll just try and do a bit of that then. Some lines in instead. Fix these up real quick. Yeah, I think it's just because of how the blocks actually are, because of their sort of outline quality. But yeah, that kind of sits better now. Maybe just maybe add like a line of these in here, like that, and then we just replace all this with basalt. Maybe have like the odd block here and there, but not too much. And then yeah, you kind of get like a better grade, especially in the dark as well. You can actually see now, because it gets so dark as we go up, it's almost like the top of the roof disappears into the night, which is kind of what I want. And the best part about this game as well is if you have your render distance set to a certain point, certain blocks disappear before others. And so it's almost like the night sky becomes the roof itself. And if we actually look at this thing from a distance, imagine that, but on the other side as well. This thing is going to look absolutely awesome. It's going to be gargantuan. Yeah, sure, but it's going to look freaking epic. I might actually have to destroy half a mountain to build this thing as well, because It's getting quite tall. I think we'll leave this for now, and we'll focus on the other side. Because actually, yeah, transferring this with a structure block isn't going to be very fun. I didn't think about that, did I? Oh, to be fair, I guess I could just mirror it. I'd have to go down to the... How do they look on this side? Is it... Where's the bounding box at? It's there. So... I have to... Oh, that's really fucking annoying. Oh, that's really hacky. I guess I could just offset it. I mean, that part of the roof's built already, so I just only need to go from here in reality. I could offset it, or I could build it out to the point that it needs to be at. So if we go, like, here, right, and then we just go out to the actual cut-off point for the roof at the top, which I believe is the block I'm standing under now, which is here, and then we put that there, and then just make this as long as the roof itself. If we put, I think this is like 21 in height. I think I counted correctly. Oh, we've gone for an hour. Right, what I'll probably do then is just hop on to survival in a minute. Oh, it's one block off. God damn it. Ah. Oh, yeah, because it goes down one block as well. I was right. I just forgot the variables of how like the structure block works too. So then it's probably across by like another 22. It looks a bit like I'm probably gonna say about 25 for the cross, which is the blue area. Okay. Stick a 2 before that 5. Not 52. That's not what I typed. And then of course I think we just go 5. I think this is about 12. Imagine if I guess this right first time. Oh no! So on the height we were one block too less, and here we were one block too far. Great. And on the width I'm a bit, yeah, I'm quite a bit off on the width. Okay, so that's another. We need to go up by another what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on here. So 34. There we go. Cool. I think that should just about keep everything inside. Yep, cool. So it's literally on the edge of that block. Just checking that everything is here. Okay, so what we're going to do is save this as roof. Literally RF. So RF, and we're actually going to save it as roof 4. And we're going to save this, not load it. Save, not load. Right, and then what we're going to do is come to the exactly behind this pillar, exactly this far out. So we need to be in line if we just measure. So we need to be on -19, exactly one block over behind this pillar. And the base needs to be one block under. So one block over and one block under. So one block over, one block under. This needs to be at 19. It's 20, that's -19 there. And then the structure block goes on top. And then what we need to do is basically go to load structure, and then we need to go to RF4. Now what we're going to do is go down to the mirroring sections, and you've got to really, really be very careful about this, that you don't mirror it incorrectly. So, as we can see, this is the sort of side we want to mirror on, and this is the red one. So we mirror on the red one. Otherwise, if we mirror on the blue, it's going to go that way. It's going to make everything very, very sad. And it should just about the thing. What I used to get to do, though, is though this is now mirrored, it's still going to spawn here. And so what we need to do is create the offset so that this box actually gets shifted that way. It's now into the blue on -33 because it's always one number less. So now this is there. And then all we do is go ahead and load. There we go. It's now there. That's how structure blocks work. Yep. It's very much learn to get it right. I've had many, many fails. I actually had a fail with this barn already. When we were doing the pillars, copping them to the other side, I accidentally destroyed part of... Wait, what? Oh, no, that's not right, is it? Ooh, that's very much not right. How the fuck is that? Oh, because I didn't copy the underneath. No, that is right. I didn't copy the underneath bit. That's exactly right. I'm just an idiot. Okay, again, trial and error. I think what we'll actually do is I finished this bit here just real quick, but then I think we'll leave this here and then hop into survival. I feel like we've done enough in terms of this thing so far today, and then yeah, like I said, we might hop back on this evening to do a bit more on the barn itself, and I actually might post this thing on like Pinterest and Instagram when it's done as well. I like post progress updates on Instagram and stuff, which are, again, my social links are links over here, so if you want to check them out, then feel free. We're also going to go do a hardcore stream after this stream, where I've been posting basically shorts from that all over my socials too. So if, yeah, it's a little bit out of context, but mostly a bit of fun. Trying to get to 100 days. Most have made it to so far as 50, and I'm on attempt 11, so that's fun. Yeah, we've got quite an interesting concept going on with building right now with hardcore, which is very much different from this. But yeah, this thing looks awesome. Couldn't hope for more. Yeah, this thing was fucking sick. It's absolutely awesome. Just gonna check because I want to get this kind of on. So 2 there, and then the 1 it goes out on, and it goes up to the third 2. Okay. Man might just sound like random numbers. I'm just calculating. 3, 4, 5, and go 2, 3, and then you go like this. Goes out to here. Yeah, that seems about right. And it goes up to the third 2, which is that one up there. I do think out loud sometimes as well, so excuse me if I'm rambling. There we go. And then so that's 1, 2. That's the third 2. Is it this one here that goes out? It is, okay. And then next one. So it's this one here that goes out. And then this one stays the same. And then the next one goes out as well. Like that. Let's run this midsection here. And then, yes, that's gone out already, I think. If we sit back here, we can look at this better. And then that just goes up into the next one. Cool. Okay. What we do is just put a row of deep slate here. And again, on this roofing bit, right, it gets higher, where we're going to see less detail. You can actually just put lines in instead. I think it's just more for kind of the actual face of the building. I think the gradient probably matters a bit more, but yeah. You have to apply different techniques to different parts of builds, is what I'm trying to say. Not everywhere is going to be the same technique. Bit of ingenuity, I guess. Think outside the box sometimes. There we go. Cool. And that, if we take a step back, probably should increase my movement speed. But you can see kind of how this thing's going to turn out. So now we've got this whole roof here. You've got a segment in the middle, which is going to peak up a bit and have another roof, which kind of darkens probably from Blackstone into something else, which I'll figure out. That's the block I have access to early game. But that will go into another roof, which then will have another miniature sort of tower, probably half the width of this and half the length of this, goes straight up the middle, and how it will have like a bell in the middle. And it's probably where I'm going to eventually put a beacon at some point when I get to that stage. When we find a fortress. But yeah, this thing is going to be huge and prolific and omega, and I fucking love it. We just need to scale this back a bit because this is a bit too long. There we go. Oh, shit. There we go. So now, if we just go sit back, I might actually just make a little chair. Actually look from the ground, because it's where we're going to be, well, basically standing from when we're in survival. If you just look at that, I'm going to make a chair here. Just give me a sec. This thing looks fucking awesome. There we go. Stats, and then, nope, not that. Oh, actually, what might be better is that. And then I need a hopper as well. And hopper. And that sits on a... Where is it? There it is. Which one was it? It was... I think this one. One of these. There you go. Like that. You got this. That. You got it. That. And you're going to... there's a number of ways you can do this actually, because we've now got shelves, which is more handy. Grab some of these. Make some shelves. How these work? Wait, can I not? Oh. Signs on the hoppers. Can you put spanners on the backs of shelves? That's a good question. Probably not, but we're going to try anyway. Oh, you can. And then we just need to go ahead and grab some. Where are they? Trapdoors. There we do. Let's just get in here. Turn ourselves. And there we go. Cool. We've actually got ourselves a little chair. Awesome. Wicked. Yeah, so I will be seeing you guys, well, no, not soon. We're going to hop into survival. What am I saying? I'm not doing an outro yet. Yeah, we're going to hop into survival now and do a bit of survival stuff. Yeah. I didn't really have anything else on that. But yeah, this thing is awesome fun. We got ourselves a little chair as well, which is sick. I might just add like another little... This is too much, or like enough. I don't know. How do you actually put things in? Oh, like that. So you have to click on the... Okay. Yeah, these could get insane with the detail. Could you imagine? This is going to be awesome. Because then you could even have it like this. You could make actual blueprints with these as well, which is awesome. You decorate your throne with different bits. And then it is literally like a bejeweled crown. Or this even reminds me of you could do like teeth with this, or like they almost look like piercings on the cherry blossom as well, which is pretty sick. So yeah, if you want to do something that's super detailed face or something, you could definitely do that now. Like a very compact scale. Awesome. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna hop into survival and we're gonna do some stuff on survival because I want to do some stuff on survival. We need to actually just, well, So what we're going to be doing is mainly, I'm actually getting some music on now as well. What we're going to be doing in survival is a bit of enchanting, a bit of resource gathering, and a bit of makering, and then preparing for grinding streams next time. Ooh. What I'm probably going to be doing out throughout the week as well is grindy streams, just every now and then. We'll have to see. If I go, sorry, it's a screen share, isn't it? And then we go to here, and then so I just do, because we're not using the barn anymore. I can close my images of the stuff that I drew because I don't need them up anymore. We'll probably, if we get a shovel with like efficiency, I'll probably start doing some of the terraining now, because yeah, that would be elite. We're gonna have to get quite a lot of levels because I've died already a couple of times, which means that basically obviously getting levels gets harder the more times you die, which isn't always the best. Fuck a D&D music, I don't care. Okay. Oh, fuck AI. Right. AI, but we'll get on to... Okay, I could talk about it now, to be honest. I could go on a rant about AI for fucking hours. Short and sweet. Put it like this. I dislike AI in a generative sense. I don't like generative AI because it takes, well, the creativity, the effort, and the research out of art. Like doing it yourself. It takes the learning out of it. It takes the fucking skill out of it. It's just fucking, like, it pisses me off, basically. And then the other part of that, for people that know how the AI art works, when you make a piece of AI art, it's not creating the... When you create AI art, it's not doing it. Where's my character not showing up on this? Let me just turn this down a bit. Oh wait, what the fuck? Where am I? Why am I not? Wait, why am I invisible? Well, that's frightening. Why am I invisible? My skin's not showing up. What's going on? Hello? Hello? Why am I non-existent? Why am I not existing right now? Oh no. Yes, here. Is it all just gonna be black? It's all blind, isn't it? Fuck. I might just have to switch to a different skin because stuff isn't working. Am I just a head? I'm just a floating head. Well, that's cool. It's really strange. I wonder if items are the same. Oh, sheepies, I've got you happy. Do items appear in my hand? They do. Okay, that's handy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We've got a case of spectator sickness or virus or whatever. It's like we're in spectator mode, but we're not because we're in survival. That's really what the hell is going on. I'm guessing it's a case of just reloading the game, but screw it. I'm gonna play like this because this is actually really sick. Oh my god, that's really weird. This is really weird. What the hell is going on? Ah! Ah! I'm just a floating head. Ah! 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 Oh no. Oh no. Ah! My body's gone. Ah, that's a floating okay. Right. We've got past the terror now. So now we can just do that. Yeah, I made this little hole down here so I can actually do stuff. Oh yes, that's for enchanting. Where's my actual... Where are my tools? I have diamond tools somewhere. I think I have a... Oh, so I don't actually have enough for a shovel. Shit. Why did I make a hoe? Oh, I made that by accident. That's why. We could do... I could. Sorry, I'm just thought process. Like, oh, I know I do have more diamonds. Okay, shovel. Yeah, we're pretty sturdy on resources right now. Like, for early game shit. Wait, was that a pink sheep? I swear I just saw a pink sheep. Ah. Anyway, we're gonna make ourselves a diamond shovel. So we can enchant it. But obviously, oh yeah, that's the thing. I haven't actually got access to an enchanting table. Silly old me. I need to go sleep. My bed's down in mine. As well. Yeah, I need to go sleep real quick. How do I... Oh, it's turning day. Killing zombies with a diamond shovel. Probably not the best way to go about this. There we go. Oh, I dropped a stick. Is that a pink sheep? Or is that... What the fuck is that? What is that over there? What? Is that a pink sheep, or is it just a texture glitch? Maybe that's why my skin's not loading. Maybe it's a texture glitch. But I swear that's a pink sheep. I might be seeing shit. Oh, do not lock him down here. I will not forgive you for that. Oh fuck, there's gonna be creepers and shit, isn't there? Run! Oh, why is my shield so high? Wait, what the fuck? Oh yeah, so all llamas just don't... It's not a pink sheep, it's just a non-textured llama. That's really strange. Hey Minecraft, do you feel it? What the fuck is going... Oh my... Oh, that's really weird. Oh, okay. So, my body has become a shovel. I'm a floating head and a floating... For some reason, the shield in my perspective is really high as well. There's no creepers, which is handy. I'm just gonna take this off then, because that's really, really weird. It might just... But that's even weirder. Like, look, I'm literally just a shovel. I am a shovel. What the hell is going on? Has this happened to anyone else before? Like... Does it... Oh my god, does it work with different... Oh my god, it works with different blocks as well. Oh, that's sick. Obviously, I can still, like, jump. Not, like, unted. Oh, imagine having a elytra, like, oh, you could scare somebody fucking big. I wonder if this would work in multiplayer, though. Like, would other people just see my skin as it is? I mean, I'm not too bothered. I mean, doing shots like this can be really... That's really... Oh, fuck. Oh, I've just realised something as well. My head's on backwards. Yeah, my head's on backwards. My head's on backwards if I go into... So, right, when you switch into the different camera modes... When you switch into different camera modes on Xbox, you press the D-pad, the top one, right? The first one you go into is the back of your head. My head's on backwards. What? What? Well, that explains the block. Yeah, because if I look... So I'm pushing to the left right now, right? And it's going right, which means it's the back of my head. If I go to the front of my head, which is what this should be, if I look up, and what the... Okay, that's really strange. Right, ignoring the fact that llamas are now just apparently pink, and I'm a floating head riding a dirt block, or whatever item I choose to have in my inventory, we need to breed up our cows so we can get some leather, and then we can actually do enchanting. So I've just realised we don't actually have the bookshelves to do enchants properly. I could also just try find the village, but that's not a bad idea. I guess it is then just getting the emeralds I need to actually do some trades. I have emeralds on me. I think either way is a bit strenuous, because obviously villagers a lot of time just figuring out which villagers have what. But then with cows, it's the whole fucking getting the leather and shit. So yeah. I've got a couple ways of doing this then. I'm probably going to go for the latter. I mean, I have a sugarcane farm just here, which I set up a couple of times ago. We could start growing pumpkins, but we don't have villagers yet, so that's kind of pointless. We do have a bunch of wheat we haven't planted, actually. Oh, that's where I made a diamond home. Yeah, a bunch of wheat I haven't planted. Just... Where my water gone? I think I have an infinite water source. What we're probably going to do then, instead, is just... we're going to use our shovel. to dig out a bit of an area, and then we're gonna probably flatten it out just so we can put some wheat in, and then we're gonna breed up the cows a bit, because I think I've got a tiny bit of bone meal out. There's a bone meal farm somewhere. Have I not got bone meal left? Oh yeah, a creeper fucking blew it up. My portal's down there, so I'm just hopping to Nether if we... Yeah. So we're on 30 now. I think what we'll do is just build up our XP now, which we can do with the cows and the sheep. I actually do need to shear these sheep as well, so I can get some more beds for the Nether mining process. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll go mine out a bit of an area. We'll mine out a bit of an area. We will lay down our wheats. And then what we'll end up doing is probably shear our sheep, breed up some cows, mine away the sugarcane, maybe expand that a bit as well around the ridge here. And then we'll probably about leave it there. So that when I do come back in said evening, we probably do a bit of survival then, and maybe even just expand on the ye olde enchanting. And maybe start doing some terraforming as well, because this diamond shovel is not going to last. And yeah, I hope the game is doing alright. I haven't done this before. It's the first time I've... Oh, no. I had a thing on disc a couple of times. Well, I'm playing on digital download now. But I used to have a thing on disc where you'd load in the world and the textures would just not be there at all. Which was really strange. Can you fuck off, please? I'm trying to do this thing here. Like, the textures would just be all gone, and like all the scaffolding would look like dirt blocks. I think they got patched out, but yeah, this is a new kind of weird for me. It might just snap at some point, and everything will like freeze for a second and go back to normal. Or it will just stay like this for the rest of the stream. Ah. I can't even fucking look at you, can I? God damn it. Yeah, I think we'll take this out like a decent... Ooh. Kind of look like weirdly cool flowers. Like tilted slightly. I mean, they're not, they're arrows, but again, it's all about the small things. It's all about the story and the narrative and the world building. Yes. Yeah, we'll turn all this into like wheat and sugarcane where we're mining out now, and then do some cows and bits because I need. Oh, yeah, I need paper. I could, to be honest, I could find a village, and then just nick all the bookshelves if they have a librarian. But I probably won't. Just do it manually. It shouldn't take that long. Yeah, that's the thing. If I commit to this throughout the week, I should get like full enchanting setup done by the end of this first week of March. So it's not too strenuous, you know. It's kind of alright. I think we're getting a bit of block lag as well. I wonder if we log back in, all of this will just be back where it was, and I'll be in my hole again, which is a bit of a fear for, though it should save to be fair, because everything's running okay. It's just a bit of a texture glitch that's happening right here. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, everything else seems to be running quite smoothly, so I don't entirely know what's going on. Strange. Very strange. It's not even April yet. Speaking of which, I have some little April Fool challenges that I want to implore into videos in April. Fun little challenge for us to go along with, and if anyone else wants to try it, you're welcome, because it's going to be very, very fun, very, well, that's stupid, but also rather ridiculous, because it's going to involve certain stream challenges for you guys and for me. Also, I'm holding myself up to a deal that I made a year ago with you guys, so that's finally happening. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. Some of you newbies may not. But you'll have to wait and see. I hope the music's okay as well. I probably didn't answer. I said I hope. I said I hope the music's okay as well. I can change it if you want. If you've got any like special requests, which are obviously not copyrighted, then awesome. Yeah, or if like a specific genre of music. I don't really have. I don't want to say I don't have a taste in music. My taste in music is very wide in terms of genres. I don't really have like a specific like a genre of music I listen to. If you look at my playlist on Spotify, it's literally just a mix of random shit. Some of it's movie tunes, others like Slipknot and death metal, Metallica on there, and then you also got fucking like some really chill lo-fi beats, and then some really like hard-hitting emotional stuff. It's really quite a bit of a, yeah, it's really like really it's not very like consistent. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, I think just like this bit of terrain here would be good for like sugarcane and just more wheat. Oh, bones, yeah. And then all this dirt we're actually mining out here is the dirt we're going to use to terraform. But then again, like I said, because this barn is so tall and we're already at like level 99, I'm slightly worried that we might actually just have to flatten the entire mountain down to about this point here, which we'll do without a beacon as well, so that's fun. And that will just be to build the barn, so we're doing that and then building the barn afterwards. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff to do. Again, big projects, telling a story, narrative and all that, so yeah, it's worth it. And I'm throwing my artist side in. And I think something I want to do this world as well is have a bit of a balance. I say that a lot, don't I? I don't mean in terms with, well, obviously in terms of like real life and all of that and everything as well, but with editing too, like, so I'm not procrastinating editing is what I mean. Like doing all the filming, be happy, go free lucky, and then coming to the editing and be like, which is how videos used to go. But yeah, with this stuff this time, I think what I want to do is have kind of like a space, or I guess like a project which is like specifically grindy, so I can just have like a bit of an unwind pit, bit of an unwinding place, just a place where I can go and do a bit of mining, essentially making also mine by wrapping a rubber band around the controller while I listen to like a podcast or watch some D&D or something. Because obviously gigs have actually started properly doing D&D sessions now. So yeah, yeah, somewhere basically I can just kind of grind stuff out without having to pay too much attention, or do it sometimes, so I just need something to kind of do, because not feeling very emotionally very good. Yeah. But yeah, you get the idea. So I can kind of just like chill out a bit. Does that make sense? Whee! Sploosh. And then to bed. So that no mobbies spawn. Yay! What's this? Yeah, we'll call this, I'll call this in about 20 minutes then, just so we can get some of the other stuff done, because I want to get this wheat in, like I said, and then feed up the cows, grow up the babbies, slay them, get some wheat, get some leather, make some books, after expanding the sugarcane farm. And like I said, what we'll do is come back later. The only problem with this world is I've gotten quite used to, I've been on like a couple SMPs. The most amazing thing about playing on an SMP is if you have farms, and if you're in loaded chunks of other players. Basically, in the meantime that you're not on that world, all your farms are still running, because there's other players on the world in those loaded chunks, if you live near people. Which is why for the SMP that I have been playing on, which to be fair I've been on in a while, so I might hop on that this evening as well. Oh shit. No. Oh, it didn't destroy any torches. That's good. That's good. Having more problems. Basically, for the SMP that I'm playing on, or the SMPs that I have played on in the past, which I haven't really specifically recorded, yeah, while you're off, obviously all your farms and stuff run, and like the same goes with animal breeding and villager growing, which means when you come back, you might come back to like a full grown breed of villagers, or like a full stack of stuff in a chest, because your farm's been running, because there's been other people on. Obviously there's 0 people on the server, that doesn't entirely work, but yeah, if you've got like a generally full server most times, then yeah, it's basically how it goes, which is awesome. But getting back to the point of what I was gonna say, because this is a survival solo world, and I'm not going to be FKing on here because I don't want the thing to overheat, and then, yeah. What we're going to do is basically just be hopping on and off, which means a bit of slow progress into kind of farming bits, but again, if I need to AFK, or like I said, do grindy stuff in a time where I just need to sit down and do something, that's when we can hop on and AFK at farms, or do the big grindy dig outs like what I do now. Or like we will have to do for when it comes to basically the capping of this, or just like the mining of the mountain down to this point. We're almost halfway through our shovel as well, which isn't really good. Oh, cool. Doing pretty well today, I think. Some progress. I haven't actually been on this world in the last week or so it was good to get back on and just do. I needed a bit of a break. Burn myself out sometimes. A lot. Uni work's kicking up now as well, which is fine. I love doing practical. It's the documentation that I fucking hate. Well, no, that's the wrong wording. I like doing the documentation. I just kind of put it off quite a lot and then just sit down on one weekend and do it. The best thing I figured out with my laptop is I have like voice dictation stuff, so I can just speak into it and just type something out. You do get like the old hiccups, like if I say something that's like 4 letters and ends in TH, it'll spell it in caps and just miss the last letter, which is a bit annoying, but it's fine. I've also been catching up on Warframe as well, just doing some missions on the side. I haven't been doing the main quests, because obviously I want to save them for stream time. Yeah, like the mini side missions and just do like leveling up and getting to the point where we need to sort of do specific missions and get certain stuff. Just being on the other side, like we have been doing like Assassin's Creed. Speaking of which, Assassin's Creed, I've also been fighting the arena. Obviously, it's the only way we can now actually get levels to get to the 99 level, so we can actually fight like Medusa and Minotaur and all of that. And it's just been improved my combat ability for the game. There's 2. So, yeah. So, just get a lot of bone meal out of this as well, actually, with the petals and stuff. Oh. It's a decent amount of space. I think I tried something like this on the SMP once. I didn't have diamond tools though, so it was fucking awful. Well, no, I did have diamond tools, and keep inventory was on, so it was really nice. What I didn't realise is that keep inventory wasn't on in the nether, so I decided to kill myself, get back to the overworld by jumping into a pool of lava, and I lost everything. So yeah, that was fun. I had full diamond gear, armour, tools, the lot, the whole shebang. And I lost everything because I just, yeah. And that wasn't even like from, that wasn't like from, sometimes if you join an SMB a bit later, you give some people, no, I did all of that myself, I mined everything out, and I was like, you know what, fuck this, can't be bothered anymore, just gonna go ahead and do everything with stone tools. Probably wasn't the best mindset to have, because it was kind of like a co-op server, but yeah, it works out right. Then I went off to build a mega base, and yeah. And then everybody stopped playing, so it was like the 2-week Minecraft phase, and just the whole thing in it. Except this ain't gonna be. Yes, I may do 2 weeks of this, and then hop off for a bit, and then come back on. But it's not gonna be a phase. This thing is gonna last for at least 5 years. Maybe even 10. I don't know. Obviously it's not a hardcore world, so it's not, well, as impressive, but I think I'd say in terms of just like building ability and how, like, the story we're going to build this, as I said before, it's going to be immense. Like, the amount of lore that's going to come out of this is going to be insane. Imagine like Hermitcraft or Empires or something like that, but just like a solo. Ooh. Yeah. Kind of like what Mog Swamp's done. But again, I don't want to like copy from other people or be told that I'm copying other people, or yeah, I'm doing my own thing here. Just references for you guys to get sort of an idea of what's going to happen. Like I said, I have got some very good ideas, very cool ideas I want to throw into this world. And we're doing it in a quite a unique way, part of which I haven't even revealed yet, so that's awesome. It's actually going to be very key to a certain thing. Which again, I don't reveal yet, because otherwise I'd be revealing way too much, and that's not entirely what I want to do right now. It goes far. Yeah, there is a certain aspect of this world that is very, very fun, very direct to the narrative. It's very, I don't know how to, I don't know how to explain it. It's important, but in like a specific way, uniquely important. I don't know. Oh, apparently filled up. I need to go make another chest. Yeah, that is a lot of dirt and a lot of bone meal. Yes, these pedals go incredibly well into, it's one of the best things you can actually, I think they're better than the leaf drops that you get from oak as well. Yeah, I'm going to make another chest because I think I've actually overdug for the farm. Again, this is progress on, well, just stuff for future things as well. Yeah, and all of this like chests and stuff can be moved eventually. And again, all this dirt is going to be put to use anyway. But I'd just rather have what dirt. I completely forgot for a second that these guys. I thought that was a new. I genuinely completely forgot. Oh, that scared me. Jeez. Okay. Right. Well, yeah. Okay. We'll put some chests down here, and then just yeah. Put our dirt in these bits. Actually, tell you, we can put all of our sort of farmy bits in here, and then we can put our dirt in the other chests. Along with the arrows and shit that we collect along the way. I'll shield them there for now as well, because it's glitching all over my screen. It's probably worth making another shovel as well. We're just going to have two. Probably have like two of everything, just for different purposes. So I'll have like a shovel for pathing and stuff, which will probably just be unbreaking and mending and stuff. And then one for like actually digging, which will be... or, no, I can just have one with silk tuck and one with fortune. The same with pickaxes, and then same with axes as well. We'll have like one... Probably have like 3 axes actually. We'll have a battle axe, a silk touch axe, and then we'll have a fortune 3 axe, which is good for like melons and stuff. So yeah. And then the same with the hoe, we'll have a silk touch and fortune, and the sword will have, I think, different element for swords. And then we could also have like a sword that's like a utility tool rather than like an attack one for like cobwebs and shit. So like what I mean by elemental swords is you could have one with like fire aspect, and then everything like fire based and like usual enchants on it. Another one you could have one that's mainly just for damage, so like sharpness, smite, all of that. Another one you could have, and you could do the same for armor as well, and then even like trim it with specific patterns to mimic the fact it's like that elemental force. Yeah, I'm sick. Oh, that's where my torches have disappeared from. Yeah, I just realised they're from in here. I also just realised I'm very low on hunger right now. That's not great. Are there any? There's zombos in here and there. Wait, oh, I guess not. Do I have? I swear I have food somewhere. Eating bread, haven't I? Yeah. Is it in the top chest? Oh. Where'd my bread go? Oh, it's there. Num 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 num. Okay, here's my little hop-up that I made. There we go. Should be able to make that. If I can, that's fucking horrifying. Sheeps are learning parkour! Ah! I think I could actually just get up by this. They can't, can they? No, they cannot. Okay, cool. Let's see what I'm doing here as well. Anywhere that's got stone underneath we're stopping at. Anywhere that's got dirt, we're gonna find out. Again, I need the dirt, but I also need, well, the things on top. We also need the space. Because what we're gonna do is be quite smart about this. We're going to put water all where the stone is, and then we're basically going to put sugarcane next to that on the back, and then wheat all around this bit. So you basically have your water, and then your sugarcane, and then your wheat. Like a big ring, basically. This actually opens up into a canyon I've been into already. I might just keep this farm. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. What if we didn't build... What if we built like a terrarium down here? What if this stayed as it was, like the farm and everything? Because obviously we might have to take the mountain down to this level. But what if we kept all this farm here, right? And we could build like a little terrarium underneath the lab, which up the top, where we've got the animals. And like this is where we source our food from. Like it's all naturally grown. But it's in like a terrarium environment. That would be awesome, actually. And then maybe you can even have like, I don't know, a couple chickens or stuff roaming around here. That'd be awesome, yeah. Let's see, because I've made some other plans about the barn and what's going to be underneath it. Yeah, we can just go on even further underneath the other bit. I need to. Actually, yeah, because we could have this, and then right in the center of this, we could have the lift. Oh, that'd be sick. So, like, you could have the barn with the lab, right? And then you have this underneath. And it's like, okay, so you basically just stop there. This is where you get your food for the farm and everything like that, right? And then underneath all of that, we could have all the breeding farms. And then the other thing, which I'm not going to mention, which is going to stay hidden and secret till the episode actually comes out. Which is kind of crucial to the whole story I'm going to be telling here. So, yeah. We'll have that other bit just thrown in there at some point. I'll have it under everything else. Just thinking about it now. Lifts might be a bit of trouble actually, because I don't have slime blocks. I do have access to bees though. Saw a couple nests up the top, so I could probably just make some honey farm inside the barn. What I'll probably end up doing is most of the building in the episode and then the farms on stream. That they will just kind of magically appear in the episode, like between recordings and takes, right? But I mean, I have proof of concept because I'll have made them on stream. So we'll have basically have VODs and footage of me just doing it. Yeah, just that instead then. I'll probably do like a couple farms in video just to show people how stuff works as well, because I've done like tutorials before and I do them usually in shorts, and if I do it on like a video I can just cut that into a short. So yeah, cool. What I can do is make a bit of an edge here so the mobs can get up. There we go, cool. And we'll even just make a bit of a wall. Wait, Bob, stop it. That skeleton down there's called Bob, because he's a Skelly Bob. Because that's what I call them. Stupid old habits. Old habits die hard! That's the saying. Anyway, yeah, I think we have nearly got this whole thing cleared out. Well, this layer cleared out, I should say. So we can actually put our wheat and sugarcane and stuff in. I might even actually build like a little pond here where this is as well, just so we can actually have like a fishing ring. Because I have strings to make a fishing rod, which I haven't done yet. There is a river where I might build a bridge or like a port or something that I think actually just having like a little artificial ponds here would probably be quite rewarding. Ooh, random two bits of dye right there, apparently. Oh. The rock you find in the ground somewhere. Yeah, no. Oh, we are getting close to where I need to end the stream. Let's get this last couple bits out, and then we'll probably cap it there. Doesn't look like we're gonna get onto the cows, which is fine. Because what I think I'll do is just plant everything down and then end it. And then, like I said, we can do the cows either off or on stream. Depends. So when I say coming a bit later, it really depends on certain factors. But there's a high percentage of the chance of likely. And there's also a bit of chance of unlikely. But we'll have to see. We will have to see. Yeah. I was actually meant to hop on last night and do a bit of cowsy stuff, but I didn't because I fell asleep. So that happened. Happens when you get tired. Sorry, I used to stay up till like fucking 5, 6 in the morning doing shit, which was not good. I felt shit the morning after. And tried to lie to myself and say that I felt good. So that wasn't great. Not a very good routine. But yeah. Doing better now. Yeah, like right now I found a good enough balance between content and real life. I'm not like overworking myself on either side, and found like there's specific days such as today where we can do this, and other days where we can't. But it's enough of a balance, and yeah, it gives me enough time within those days as well to do other stuff. Yes, I'm mining a stone block with a shovel. It's just how it is, apparently. Ah. There we go. Cool. Yeah, I can't wait to get to the barn up the top. Yeah, I might generally have to mine this whole mountain down because yeah, so the barn was already at 40 just on the roofing segment. Well, I keep forgetting that I don't have a skin. The roofing segment we were on with the Creative World a couple minutes ago, it went up to like 40 blocks. Yeah, we're gonna have to completely destroy the whole top of this mountain, which is awesome. Because it means my terrarium down here can be even bigger. We're gonna have like a giant pond and stuff with like auto lights. And, yeah. Brain ideas are exploding again, and it's good. Oh, let's find that. There we go. Oh shit, that is not meant to be that. Wait, when did that happen? Did that happen just? Did that happen? What? Did that happen just now? Did I miss? How did I miss? You probably probably explain what I'm talking about. Let me get somewhere safe because it's starting to get a bit dusty. Ooh, there's a hole. Yeah. Oh no, that hole's meant to actually be dug out. This wall's meant to go back a bit. There we go. Is that? There we go, cool. Right, I'm going to pop into bed and I'll explain what I was talking about in a minute. Because it's gone 1 o'clock, so I do mean to be hopping off because I got stuff to do. I mean, we are going to do hardcore after this, but then after that we got stuff to do. Yeah, I'll hop into bed, go sleep, die, there we go. To be fair, we had some weird things happen in this world so far. I fell down the hole and landed on like the edge of the block, and then fell in the water, and then I didn't die. And now the skins and stuff are being really fucking weird. So that's cool. This world is cursed! Ah. Yeah, we'll climb this ladder. I'll tell you what's talking about before. But I didn't realise when it happened. I don't know. I think it happened just now. And we're gonna there's a good spot to do this. I need somewhere like prominent and special and powerful and something. I don't know. Somewhere over here. Where the last little bits of these are. I'm actually just gonna I'm really building up attention to this moment, aren't I? Ooh, what's it gonna be? Ooh. There we go. All our sugarcane has been covered. Ooh, there's a bit there. Cover this up as well. Actually, so I'll leave the farming here because something else has just happened. As I said, which I'd like to address right about now, after I've done these last blocks. Don't mind the skin. That's the front of my head. Don't mind the skin issue, but we just hit 100 followers. Yeah, I generally didn't realise when that happened. Vic Jane, haha! Thank you for the follow. You are. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you so much. Well, welcome in, obviously. You are the 100th person to follow. Oh my god. I didn't think we'd make it to 100 by the end of the year. Sorry, I didn't think. Okay. That's cool. I don't know what to say. But no, welcome in. Yeah, thank you so much. And obviously, thank you to everybody else who's followed so far already. But you guys are amazing. And obviously, I can't wait to get this series started. And there is going to be so much on this, obviously as well. But yeah, it's really good. It's probably fucking sprite step on my day. Sadly, we are ending this stream here, but I am also going to go hop on hardcore in a minute as well. Probably talk a bit more over there. Play some music, I don't know. Probably die. I think we're about 15 days in. But yeah, cool. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all soon. Have a wonderful evening, morning, night, day, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Everyone is welcome here, as always. And yeah, like I said, all the VODs for this, as well as Assassin's Creed and Warframe, have and will be up on YouTube, which is linked over here with my socials, which is where I'll be posting updates for, well, basically this world and all of the creative world building that I'm doing. And then also, what else was I going to say? Yes, I've been doing hardcore shorts on like YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, and just like funny sort of quips and stuff. So they're quite fun. They're quite easy to make as well. But yeah. Aside from that, thank you so much. Thank you for 100 followers. You guys are friggin' amazing. I am going to do something for that. I'm going to do something very special for that, which I have been procrastinating about. I finally have a reason to do it, I guess. So I think, obviously not by today, but hopefully by the next time we're on here, which will be Wednesday of this week. By Wednesday of this week, you'll notice something a bit different about stream. And it would just be a massive thank you to you guys, who've been so very supportive so far. I just want to say a massive thank you. It's absolutely wonderful. Yeah, that caught me off guard. Oh, some very strange things have happened today. Very strange things. Oof. But yeah, thank you so much. And I will see you guys soon. Have a good one, and goodbye. Well, when I say soon, I mean literally in about 10-20 minutes. Give me set up hardcore, and yeah, we'll be on in a minute, basically. But yeah, thank you so much once again, Big Jane, for the 100th follow. Oh, I completely forgot. Sorry, before I end this, I actually have this Snyder I had a while ago. This is, like before I even like considered doing Minecraft series, just like in general. I want to put basically, I want to add all of you to the world in some way. I am probably going to make just like a massive library with like I'm going to probably do how many of this. Like I'm gonna use the letters from your like the names of your accounts, and I'm probably gonna try make like the association with a block name out of it, and then put that in an item frame and label it with your guys's names. It will basically pretty much you'll become part of the world as a follower, and yeah, that'll be awesome. Obviously, like this, both this and all the previous stuff I've done has been possible because of you guys, and you guys have been very helpful with absolutely everything I've been playing. So, yeah, wicked. Right, hardcore. I'll see you guys in a minute. I'm gonna end this stream, and then we'll be back in about 10-20 minutes to do hardcore, have some fun. Hopefully we don't die, but yeah, wicked. And then, like I said, hopefully by Wednesday, or actually, so if it's not by Wednesday, then by the end of this week, which will be the next Sunday over, and Sunday is going to be very special because I'm actually going to be starting up cosplay, because I've drawn out schematics and stuff now, so that's awesome. Yeah, cool, okay. Is there anything else I want to say? No, okay, cool. Right, I'll see you in a bit. But thank you so much once again. Oh, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome and so very lovely and supportive. Bye.